Here we are with Rich Gossage here, the Goose, Hall of Fame pitcher from the Chicago White Sox and New York Yankees. Goose, how are you today?
I'm good, thanks.
Goose, tell me about the Chicago White Sox, you being a starting pitcher over there.
Well, you know, I broke in '72 when the bullpen, you didn't want to be in the bullpen. It was a junk pile where old starters went that couldn't start anymore. So, but at that time it started to evolve into kind of, I saw the total evolution of the bullpen from when you didn't want to be in the pen to what it has really become today. So I was very fortunate to have Chuck Tanner as a manager, and you know, like I said, at that time it started to evolve into a more specialized game. Raleigh Fingers was having some great success out there with those great Oakland teams, and you know, in hindsight, it was the best thing that ever happened to me. And I was always a starter up until that point, and then I had won the Fireman of the Year, and then the White Sox called me in the offseason in 1975 after the '75 season and asked me if I would go back into the rotation. And I said, certainly, you know, whatever you guys want. And then I was 9-17, but I had a great finished ball games. I had 14 or 15 complete ball games, and we probably the worst team that I ever played on in the big leagues. And then I got traded for, Tanner traded for me in a trade with Richie Zisk, Silvio Martinez, and Terry Forrester. Forrester and I went back to Pittsburgh, and then I was put back in the bullpen, and the rest is history.
Now, I know the famous incident with George Brett and yourself is he hits that 3-run homer, and they go with the pine tar there, and George Brett goes crazy. You were on the mound. What do you think was happening when he was going berserk like that on the umpires?
Well, we had been, you know, waiting for it. I got him out in Kansas City, but Nettles spotted the pine tar. It wasn't Billy Martin. It was
Greg Nettles?
It was Greg Nettles. And Thurman Munson had been called out on a similar play a few years prior to that, and that's how Nettles knew about the rule. And we had seen, you know, George was such a pure hitter that this pine tar would build up on the barrel of his bat. And so in Kansas City, the game was on the line, and Nettles is standing next to me from third base, and he said, hey, if he gets a hit here, we're going to get his bat. No harm, no foul. I get him out. We win the ball game. We come back into New York, and Brett comes up with the game on the line. Nettles is standing right there going, hey, remember, if he gets a hit here, we're getting his bat. And he hits a home run off me. And, man, that's the maddest human being I've ever seen in my life.
How special, I know you playing for the Yankees is always a great thing to put the pinstripes on. It's special to be a Yankee pitcher. But how special was it for you to be a starter reliever and make the Hall of Fame? What was that like for you when they announced you being in the Hall of Fame?
Oh, it's, you know, I had people go, why did it take you so long to get in? All I say to that is better late than never. And, you know, it was, it's something I still can't even comprehend. And to go in as a Yankee and even be considered as a Hall of Famer is unbelievable. And then to go in, I had to wait on my 9th try, on my 9th year after the 5 years you have to wait to be eligible. You know, like I said, the longer you have to wait, the sweeter it is. So it's something I really can't even comprehend.
You still cherishing the moment?
Oh my God, yeah. I find myself just shaking my head sometimes that you know, I can't believe I'm in the Hall of Fame.
Give me in one word, describe baseball in one word for you.
Gosh, amazing. I just, again, I can't believe I did the things. All I wanted to do when I started out was put a big league uniform on one time, and that one time turned into 22 years. And then the election to the Hall, it's been an amazing ride.
Give us a favorite moment on the baseball diamond. What's your favorite moment there, a moment that you remember?
Well, so many great moments. You know, the first time you pitch in a big league game, the 9 All-Star selections. You know, the biggest game that I ever pitched in was the Red Sox Yankees playoff game in '78. We ended up winning it and then going on to repeat as world champions. But it was, you know, my career is something I just, you know, it's been amazing.
Number 54, Goose Gossage, only number not retired in the Hall of Fame for the New York Yankees. When are they going to retire your number? I mean, they're supposed to do that already, don't you think? I'm saying on the Artie Clear Show that he has to be retired. 54 is a great number, and that's Goose Gossage.
You know, I don't know. I learned baseball taught me a long time ago not to fret the things that are out of your control. So that's something that's totally out of my control, and we'll see what happens.
Goose, thank you so much for everything. I think you're a great pitcher. And I want to say this before we let you go, that I think as a reliever, you probably were the most intimidating pitcher as a reliever that I've ever seen in baseball. And I think you scared guys. You threw hard, but you actually scared them on that mound.
I scared myself out there. And, that's just the way it was. You either eat or get eaten. I wasn't going to get eaten, so
you're not swimming with the piranha and getting eaten by another piranha fish, right?
No, absolutely not.
Thank you, Goose. It's been a pleasure. Thank you so much.
My pleasure.